I have not seen the live stream whatsoever. So, you know, try not to say any fucking leaks. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin!
Oh, what am I doing? Well,
Okay, false alarm. Begin now!
Hey, Traveler, what a surprise! I didn't expect to see you here. I bet you didn't waste any time as soon as you heard that Inazuma was organizing a Test of Courage event, right? Huh? I know you. Oh, what am I doing? Well, obviously I'm here scouting out the place. I've been investigating the area and I've already figured out all the plans for the event. Of course, I can tell you all the details. We're practically family. I'm Max Middleman, and this is the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program. Let's roll the version 3.3 trailer.
Cook that shit up. Let me see what we got today.
A friendly word of advice. Test of Courage events tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors and stories. So please, be sure to exercise caution.
How was that? Were you scared? Who goes there?
So, is there really a ghost around here? Why does Paimon have a feeling that it's staring right at us?
Are you talking to me?
Jester, I have completed the task you gave.
Dottore.
From this day forth, Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Dottore. Dottore! In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
My boy!
Squall Fury!
Oh, okay, his abilities look pretty sick. Is this motherfucker
You dare to
flying?
gaze upon me?
Who the hell is that?
Dare to mess with me?
Oh, right. Is she Nemo?
Too late for regret. Have fun with this gift.
Okay.
Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
Damn, what is this art? Jesus Christ. That was good. So, yo, saying they fucked up and they wanted to, like, bust the shit out during Halloween, but they didn't have enough time. So, but they didn't have enough time, so they pushed it back like a month and like, fuck, we're behind schedule. But it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone's gonna figure that shit out. There's no way they're gonna put 2 and 2 together. So fuck it. It doesn't matter when we release it. It's all good. It's perfectly fine. And they think that we don't know, but yo, listen, I know that was supposed to be released in Halloween for sure. For sure. But I think everyone was like gaslighted to think that like it wasn't supposed to be for Halloween. No way Halloween is the same as Christmas? No, I think it was projected to be released during Halloween. Because like all the scary vibes or whatever, like that little scary event. That's what I'm thinking. But then they're like, nah, there's not enough time, man. Just push it back. No one will care. No one will give a shit. It's Genshin anyway. We got them by the ball sack.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Genshin Impact
They'll
version
buy whatever we put
3.3
out.
special program. I'm your host, Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of Lumine in Genshin Impact. And today I'm joined by...
Max, the one and only Middleman, voice of the one and only Arataki Itto.
And I'm Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer. But up until now, travelers have only known me as Scaramouche, and everyone's been battling me in the game lately.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It's a really cool fight.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm super excited to have the chance to share some upcoming content with everyone. What did you all think about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah, that trailer had everything. It had everything. It had action. It had drama. It was lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's, backstory. I'm super excited about it, for real.
Wait.
Heck yeah.
Holy shit, he's talking normal. I just
Speaking
realized.
of that, following the story's development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's custody. So I bet the question everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through the Archon Quest interlude chapter, Inversion of Genesis. There is so much to learn in this quest, so I hope everyone checks it out.
Oh, come on, man. You can't just leave everyone hanging like that. How about some hints? Come on, please. Please.
All right. How can I
Yes.
say no to a cute chibi Itto?
You can't.
Here's a little preview from the quest.
Okay. A little bit of a teaser.
We ran into two people at the academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. From what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
That's it.
Pretty rad.
Wait, why are they talking about Tatarasuna?
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler, Nahida, and Scaramouche all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
Oh, interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style. Ooh, dude's looking sharp.
Heck yeah, always. Nah, right. And at this point, he's known by a completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in-game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves. But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in version 3.3. So let's talk about that. I'm sure many of our viewers are curious about his talents.
Heck yeah, sure thing.
I have no
Let's have a look at the
primos.
Wanderer in combat.
No.
There's
too
no need
early.
to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence. The wind rises. Bow your head.
What a perfect fucking. I gotta see that again. What a perfect fucking animation.
Bow your head.
Look at his face. Look at it. Perfect, dude.
Bow your head.
What a perfect fucking animation. This is literally, this is it. This is it right here. We got his fucking toes on deck. We got his face like that. He's like kicking. He's like stepping on you. That's what everyone wanted. That's exactly what everyone wanted. And there it is.
All right, Patrick, you're up. Help introduce the Wanderer for us.
Sure thing. The Wanderer is a catalyst user and has an animo vision, so he uses wind blades to perform ranged normal attacks.
Wait a second, wind blades?
Not the same as the Traveler's wind blade, though.
Okay.
So, as everyone probably already noticed, the Wanderer can hover in the air when he casts his elemental skill. Upon using his elemental skill,
That's
he
not
will
his burst?
first deal AoE damage before leaping into the air and entering a hovering state. So, while hovering, the Wanderer's normal and charge attacks will be converted into Kugo Fushudan and Kugu Tofukai,
Okay, that's
respectively.
kind of broken.
The damage they deal and their AoE will be increased. Their damage will be considered normal and charge attack damage, respectively. Also, Kugu Tofukai will not consume stamina, and he can remain hovering for a certain duration.
That's so awesome.
This guy's literally flying the whole time.
I know, right?
He's actually
but
flying.
He can't stay hovering forever. While hovering, the Wanderer constantly consumes Kuguryoku points
What?
to maintain his hovering state,
fuck does that even
which is
mean?
the blue meter you see on the screen.
He has stamina.
Even if he
has his own
doesn't
stamina.
move or attack, hovering will still consume Kuguryoku points.
Okay.
So this mechanic works a little differently than our typical stamina meter. There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kuguryoku points rather than stamina.
That's
So,
pretty sick. That's pretty
for
sick.
example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air, and holding the sprint button will cause persistent point consumption to maintain speed. So this effect will replace his default sprint. Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points to increase
Okay,
hovering
but how do we
height.
recover these
Holding
points?
jump will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption to keep increasing hovering height. Of course, running out of points will end his hovering state.
Yeah, but how do we get more though? Dude? Can we get
okay,
more?
So travelers will need to plan their actions while hovering.
Okay, you know what?
Exactly.
I got
So
it.
with his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, that instance of the skill will receive a corresponding buff effect depending on which element was contacted.
I understand
So
totally.
for
I
example,
understand completely.
increasing his Kuguryoku points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring a set amount of energy upon hitting opponents with a normal or
By the way,
charged attack.
energy, not-
The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of these buffs simultaneously.
It's not the points required to stay
Oh,
afloat.
look, check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get. So travelers will be able to easily understand what effects the Wanderer currently has.
I can't.
like that.
I can't make that out.
It's helpful and still looks
The
really
buff
cool.
color's different.
So
Shut the hell up. Let me see this real quick. What's behind him?
So travelers will be able to
He has a different color. I don't even
easily
see it.
understand what
I don't even see it. Is it like? I guess it's like purple tinted.
effects the Wanderer currently has.
I literally
I
don't see
like
it.
that. It's helpful and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So after unlocking another talent, Gales of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint midair without consuming Kuguryoku points.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
Additionally, this buff effect will fire wind arrows to attack the enemy.
Ooh.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
I'm sure extra buff effects like that will go a long way for players when they're in combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there is a colorful aura of light around his body to indicate when that buff
Oh, yeah,
effect
let me
is
move to the
triggered.
left.
Saw that.
That's pretty cool. I love all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
All right,
Hey.
this brings us to the Wanderer's Elemental Burst.
Sweet.
Yay!
Okay.
So, check this out. Upon unleashing his burst, he compresses the atmosphere and stomps it down toward the enemy. So, travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending after the burst is completed.
Okay, this stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's cool.
I know, and it actually suits his character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
Wait. Let's not forget about the exploration talent.
Ah, yes. This is an interesting one.
What the fuck
Wanderer
is
can
that?
decrease the mora required when ascending bows and catalysts.
Hey, now, you can never complain about saving Mora. Am I right?
Okay, that's
I
true.
like how they're talking about like, oh yeah, his passive talent. Yeah, you know, he can make the cost of like upgrading bows and catalysts like a little bit lower or some shit. And then like meanwhile, there's some random ass fucking what is that? Like what the hell is this? Okay, it's a crit damage catalyst. That's pretty sick. Wait, is Scarbush catalyst? He is, right? Yeah, probably makes sense. Normal attack speed is increased by 10% after the wielder releases them on the skill. Normal attack damage will increase by 4.8% every second for 14 seconds. Huh? Is that even what? That's broken. 4.8% every second for 14 seconds. There's no cap on that? After hitting what? There's no cap? Is there really no cap on that? That's fucking crazy. So 4.8 times 14, is that correct? That can't be right. 4.8 times 14 seconds? Is that for real? That can't be real. There's a cap to this. What's the cap? No. What? That's at R1. So you're telling me at R5, it's this number? At R5, it's 134.4? What? Oh, yeah, the maximum normal attack damage increase per single duration overall effect is 48%. I see. I see. But why does it say every second for 14 seconds? Why would it go for that long? What's the point of going for that long if it caps out at 48? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a way you could not get stacks? Is there a way that the stacks pause? It just continues to get... Why does it say for 14 seconds if it caps out at 48 anyway? What is that like? Surely that must mean that there's a way that you can pause your stacks. After hitting an opponent with the normal attack. Okay. I did the thing where I didn't read it fully and I only read the, first half. So after hitting opponents with the normal attack, I see. So if you're not hitting anybody, the stacks don't go up. But you have 14 seconds to get to max stacks. I see. Max stacks is about 10 seconds, right? You need 10 seconds to get max stacks, pretty much, of constantly auto-attacking someone every second, at least once. I get it. Normal attack damage will be increased by 9 point... Wait, what? Normal attack damage will be increased by 9.6%. What the fuck? Hold on. That isn't even... Comma. Normal attack damage will be increased by 9.6%. Period. What the fuck? So it has normal attack speed is increased by 10%. That's it. Period. That's not a comma. Period. That's it. It's 10% attack speed. On top of that, normal attack damage will be increased by 9.6%. Period. Why is this not like... There should be hyphen, like passive 1, hyphen, passive 2, hyphen, the actual fucking passive. Normal attack damage will be increased by... this weapon is broken. This is the first 3 passive weapon in the game, I believe. Yeah, well that sucks. I have absolutely no primo. That's kind of crazy.
Hey now, you can never complain about saving more, huh? Am I
100%.
right?
Okay, that's true. All right, now that we've seen the Wanderer, let's move on to the next new character. Are you ready?
I'm ready!
Yay!
Faruzan!
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Faruzan, and I'll see if I can pick that up.
What is she doing?
Huh? What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of
She looks,
pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer
She doesn't
design of
look like a
elemental
Genshin Impact
monuments?
character, I swear.
Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Faruzan just now when you asked your question? Whoa! What?
Hey, Chris Romantic with the raid!
There's nothing
Welcome
wrong
on,
with being
invaders!
afraid of thunder,
Hello.
even at an older
Watching
age.
the live stream.
Oh, she sounds sassy.
Yeah, and smart too.
She seems so awesome.
She's fun.
Imagine the catalyst is better than
I wonder what
Ye's.
her skirts
Nah,
mean.
I know, her
bro.
design is so cool and really
Yo,
detailed.
I can't
love it.
believe that
So
Scaramouche is
even though
this
she
strong.
looks super young,
Holy
she's
Lord.
actually a person? Like, where's my teeth?
Well, she's not that old.
Oh,
I
right.
could've fooled me.
Don't mark her that.
Faruzan's age is probably still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
Mm-hmm. But let's call him the Wanderer.
The fish of the Subaru.
Okay, you know who I
Yo,
meant.
actual facts.
Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right.
Yo,
yeah, no,
what's
and
going
speaking
on?
of age,
What's going on here though? This is like kind of this is kind of yabai. You know what I'm saying? This is a little fucking weird. What's going on here? Why is this hollow? Like, what happened to the diamonds here? Well, why? You know why? And like, what's up with the? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on there.
age isn't the traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
Mm-hmm, that's true. It looks like all of our characters are intriguing. But it's safe to say that Faruzan is way
There is,
older
like,
than most people.
There is such a small amount of fabric protecting this area. It is ridiculous. What are you trying to do, Genshin? What are you trying to do to me? Okay. I saw this game. Guys, I saw this game on Twitter. It's called like Nike. Gun Goddess Nike. Some shit like that. Holy actual fuck, man. These anime games are going too far. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but Jesus Christ, Nike Just do it, whatever it is. Okay, that's not true. I don't know what the game is. But yo, listen, look that shit up in your spare time. It is absolutely, it is life changing. Okay? Go look up Nike, just do it, anime game, whatever it is. It is insane, dude. It is insane. Oh my god.
People into that. Faruzan works in the Academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which
You're
roughly
playing it?
means
Is it fun?
mentor for over a century.
So I
It's
bet
like a
everyone out there
shooter.
is wondering if
I don't know, I
she's
wasn't paying
also some
attention. I was
kind of
just looking at,
creature
like,
blessed
Jiggle.
with long life.
I don't even know what the game
like
is.
Klee?
No, she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well, maybe not so typical. About 100 years ago, Faruzan was an undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries. The notes she left behind eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later
That's pretty funny.
generations.
Whoa, she sounds pretty amazing.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years.
Damn!
She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Is that her
Can you
VTuber
imagine
lore?
being trapped in a puzzle for 100 years?
I can imagine that.
Wait. So that's how she's been hairbod for over a century.
Yeah. And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a
Damn.
very talented person.
So she's old.
It's just that after being separated from the world
I
for
see.
so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Guys, it's okay. She's over 100 years old.
I get what you
It's
mean.
fine.
She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means of drumming up support for her ideas. However, I think she'd prefer to be complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
Yeah, sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Let's do it.
Fight.
100 years have passed, yet there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the Academia. Dare to mess with me?
I love an emo!
Have fun with
Oh,
this
have you guys
gift.
seen my Nemo bag? If you scroll far enough in Twitter, you'll see it. This is it. This is my moment. This is my
love
patch.
all the geometric
And I'm fucking
shapes
broke.
when
I
she's
got
playing. Did you guys see that?
Yes, there's
crazy.
so much geometry. And I took geometry.
It looks so
Is it
cool.
Nemo?
Ah, yeah.
If she's not an emo, I'll be so confused. If she's not an emo and she's like fucking pyro or some shit, I will be so goddamn confused. Okay? Scaramouche, in order for that guy to be considered an emo, they reskinned him entirely to a different color. And honestly, she's kind of got the same color. So it'd be really fucking weird if she was randomly pyro. I'd be, I don't know. I'd be like confused.
So Faruzan is an animo character, and she wields a bow as her
Hey,
weapon.
she's
Her
animal.
normal attacks are the usual bow
What do you
attacks
know?
you'd expect from a bow user, so there's not too much to say about that. But her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a
What the
polyhedron
fuck
that
was
deals
that?
damage to enemies. After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack that creates
Okay.
a vortex, pulling
Okay,
nearby
please don't
objects
be a
and
5-star.
opponents in.
It's gonna be a 5-star this year.
Nice. So she can clump enemies together.
And there's also another thing about her special
Please
charged
don't be a
attack.
5-star.
It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it'll apply a mark and create a vortex after a short delay.
Okay. So it looks like there will be a lot of potential uses for this attack.
4-star?
Travelers
Hell
will
yeah.
have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode and have them charge into the enemies to group them all together. I'll have to see who wants to try that with me. After unlocking the talent Impetuous Flow,
don't do that.
the time required
No
for
way.
fully charging Faruzan's next shot will be reduced. And the
You gotta hit the
arrow will
enemy.
reduce
You gotta
the
hit that
target
charge
enemy's
attack
animo
damage plus the
resistance.
pull. Don't
In
hit
her
a teammate.
elemental burst, she deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind
Waste the
pulse.
DPS.
Throughout its duration, the dazzling polyhedron will continuously move along a triangular path. Once it reaches each corner of that triangular path, it will unleash one more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah, 1 minute she's
What
here,
the
next
fuck
she's
is that?
probably gone for 100 years. Bada boom!
No.
Nyah, 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 nyah.
Even Sino's jokes are funnier than that.
It was pretty
All
funny.
right. Anyway, let's hear
Sounds
what
like the
effects
bag
these
from Dora.
whirlwind pulses have.
Sure.
When he's like
When
eating
the
some shit.
whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will
He's missing
decrease
the
their animo
delicioso part.
resistance. It will also apply an
Yum,
animo
yum, yum,
damage
yum,
buff
yum.
effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed. Travelers should note that the effective range of this buff is quite large, and it's not just within the whirlwind pulse itself, so there's no need to go chasing the polyhedron.
Wait.
After pulses, that the effective buff effect to will decrease their animo resistance. It will
Wait, what will decrease?
When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed. Travelers should note that the effective range of this buff is quite large, and it's not just within the whirlwind pulse itself, so there's no need to go chasing the polyhedron. After unlocking her talent, Lost Wisdom of the Seven
that's still
Taverns,
kind of bad.
when a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to an enemy, the damage will increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect can only be triggered once for a certain duration of time.
Oh, so it seems she'll be the solid support.
Yeah.
Totally.
So it does
And
one
as a
loop.
researcher of mechanics
two
and
loops
puzzles,
or whatever.
Faruzan has taken it
It
upon
goes to
herself
3 points and then it
explore
goes to
many
3 points
ruins,
again.
with her travels taking her all across Sumeru. Her exploration talent reflects this, and she gains more rewards when dispatched on a Sumeru expedition
Ooh,
for 20 hours.
yes!
I'm sure no other mentor in her
I love the 25%. 25% meta.
solving puzzles.
Yeah, I gotta say that's
Must have for
pretty hard to
expeditions.
beat.
Mhm.
So, the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
For sure.
That is a good question. Let's talk about the upcoming event wishes. In the early part of version 3.3, the Wanderer and Arataki Itto will be available via their own event wishes. Faruzan will also be making her debut in these event wishes. In the later part of version 3.3, we'll be seeing rerun event
look,
wishes
Raiden
for both
Ayato.
the Raiden Shogun
I
and
predicted that.
Kamisato Ayato. And
Yeah.
last but not least, the new 5-star catalyst,
That
Tulaytullah's
shit's
Remembrance,
broken.
will be
That shit's so
appearing in a
broken.
new weapon event wish.
And that's not all. In version 3.3, 2 brand new artifact series will become available. So travelers should be sure to check out the corresponding domain.
Woo! More artifacts!
All right.
I hope travelers will have fun experimenting and trying new combinations with these.
Yeah.
Okay, we've already talked about a ton of new content, so why don't we take a quick break with another redemption code?
Whoa. We're not going to talk about this. Okay, here we go. Anime damage plus 15. Holy shit. Okay, very pog. Let's see what's going on here. When charge attacks hit opponents, the equipping character's normal attack speed will be increased by 10%, while normal charge attack and plunging attack will be increased by 40% for 15 seconds. Holy shit. That's even better than the other previous Xiao artifact set. Xiao got like 3 fucking artifact sets. Holy shit. 40% overall damage increase is kind of big. That's kind of big. This is huge. This artifact set's massive. Yeah, it's going to be for Hazel, Xiao, and Scaramouche. A little bit of Kazuo, honestly. But nah, probably not. Kazuo would probably always use 4-piece Iridescent. Because you need that swirl. The swirl is really important. But the cool thing is, any DPS, right? Any DPS and Emo could definitely use this pretty much. I think even Jean can use this, actually. Jean can definitely use it. For sure. Like a random fucking wacky build. I can definitely see it. Jean already hits pretty hard. And then with this, oof. She can hit pretty hard. It's probably the lowest tiered character to use this artifact set, which I don't really care. I love Jean. It's always nice to see her getting new shit. Yeah, she could definitely use something like this. She is definitely the worst character to use this artifact set, more than likely. But even characters who aren't even an emo can use this for sure. Even characters who are not an emo can definitely pull this shit off. Because 40% increase is kind of disgusting. Kind of disgusting. I can see a instead of like 4-piece Crimson Witch, I can kind of see like a dragon striking Diluc, you know, with an artifact set like this. When charge attacks hit opponents, the equipping character's normal attack speed will increase by 10%, which is pretty massive, while normal charge and plunging attack damage will increase by 40%. That's kind of a lot. You can auto attack E on Diluc, and then you can start dragon striking, and that will all have a 40% increased damage. amount. And I'm pretty sure that this is coded poorly. And what that means is if you charge attack and instantly cancel, I think you get the buff. Diluc has a very long windup, insanely long windup on his charge attack, much like Razor, yeah. But yeah, great swords have a long windup on charge attack, and I don't even think you have to land it. I think if you start the animation and cancel it, you get this buff. I'm pretty sure. You don't have to land it. It doesn't say you have to land it at all. Right? When charge, oh, I lied. This is when charge attacks hit opponents. I lied. It would have to hit. Fuck, that's bad. Actually, you know what? Even if it does say that, someone has to test that. Sometimes they say things and they don't actually mean it like that. Who knows? I feel like they don't have to land. We might have to check that out. So that could be a really good artifact set for those guys. As like a random, you know, for meme build type of thing. I could definitely see that. I can definitely see some shit like that. Even though they're not an emo, of course. 40% raw damage for 15 seconds. That's enough to kill whatever you're fighting, for sure. 15 seconds with 40% boost is kind of huge. And if that's not enough, a second rotation will definitely kill whatever you're fighting. Flower of Paradise Lost. EM by 80. Okay, pretty standard. Is that a strawberry? Holy shit. What is that? It's like a purple strawberry. Okay. I don't know what the fuck this is, by the way. Like these two, I kind of get, but like, I don't know what the fuck this is. This is just weird. It's one of those like, this is like one of those, this cup is kind of like one of those, wait, this is a cup, right? I think that's a cup. This cup reminds me of like 1990 movies that talk about the future, like way in the distant future in 2025, you know? There's flying cars, cups look like this, you know, like we can teleport and shit kind of thing. But yeah, basically. Let's base off a new desert boss. I don't know about that one. Oh, who knows? Maybe it's a leak. Maybe it's this is off the bosses, right? Or not bosses, it's off the sliders and shit, right? The little sliders, whatever you call them, right? She'll come for another video. She is. Okay, so the equipping characters Bloom, Hyper Bloom, Hypergia, and reaction damage are increased by 40%. Okay, so another set like this. Additionally, after the equipping character triggers Bloom, Hyper Bloom, or Bergian, they will gain another 25% bonus to the effect mentioned prior. What? Oh god, Nilo's gonna love this. Each stack of this lasts 10 seconds. Max 4 stacks simultaneously. The effect can only be triggered once per second. The character who equips this can still trigger its effects when not on the field. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You're telling me you can increase this shit by 100%? Is that 140%? Sorry, that doesn't make sense. After the equipping character triggers Bloom, Hyper Bloom, or Bergian, they will gain another 25% bonus to the effect mentioned prior. Now, Nilo's thing is considered Hyper Bloom, I think, but the seed has another name. The seed has another name, which I don't think matters, but it's considered Hyper Bloom, I think. So, I don't know. I believe, yeah, I believe that this should work on her, right? You have a signature weapon? You don't need a signature weapon. This is a lot of damage right here. This is 40 plus an additional 100% because it stacks of this last 10 seconds, max 4 stacks simultaneously. You can get 4 stacks of this, which is like 140% damage increase, which doesn't really make sense. I think they worded that wrong maybe. But yeah, that's pretty fucking strong. This is tough. It's any Bloom reaction, right? Bloom is Hydro plus Dendro. Alright? So, afterwards, it would still get that buff, right? It would still retain the buff. And then whatever Nilo does. Nilo has a different name. I just don't remember what the name is. But, yeah. You miss a lot of HP? Would you? Would you miss a lot of HP? I don't think you do. My Nilo has like 50k HP, 60k HP. I don't have any HP on the weapon at all. I use Tenacity, but Tenacity is only 15%, I think. I don't lose that much HP. I mean, if I had the weapon, I would have an additional 100% HP, right? But yeah, 20%. Is it actually 20 or 15? I don't remember. It's probably 20. Either way, it's not substantial enough to like, because you don't get a buff of any kind. You just get the stats, right? Tenacity only gives you stats with the 2-piece, so you don't get anything like crazy with it. I don't have a completed stat on Nilo technically. It's just 2-piece tenacity and then 2-piece like Wanderer, I think, or some random shit. I don't remember. But anyway, this is an insanely good artifact set, and this too. It's like hard power creep, I feel. It's really good. So Zhao's set currently has Zhao used to use Anemo plus like attack percent, one of the 3 attack percents, right? But now Zhao can use either Desert Pavilion, Chronicle, okay, pretty long name actually, or Viridescent 2-piece, followed by Glad Shamanella or Echoes of an Offering, right? So he's got plenty of options there if you wanted to do the 2-2 attack and Anemo, right? And then on top of that, he has the Purple Mask set. I forgot what the name is. So he has that, and then now he has this. He has 3 different options. I think all of them are great, by the way. All of them are great. This would probably be the best one. If they were all side by side, I think this would be the best one. This would 100% be the best one because Zhao's pretty much all plunge, right? The majority of Zhao's damage is all plunge, and being able to increase it by 40% is kind of massive. The thing is, though, this set doesn't really increase his E damage. Zhao's E damage is kind of high, I'm not going to lie. I don't even use Zhao's burst most of the time. So, yeah, I literally don't use Zhao's E burst. I just kind of clear floor. I clear up to floor 11 without Zhao's burst most of the time. And yeah, I like having the Anemo damage and attack percent. It's not much, and there's not a crazy buff to it, but I feel like it's better for me. But yeah, in your burst, this is probably going to increase your damage more than the other sets. I don't know by how much exactly, but I would assume so. I would assume this would be the best one. Like if all the artifact sets were equal, mind you, for the first like month, this one probably might not be better because you probably have really good stats on your other pieces, and those stats will outweigh the set bonus for a while until you can match the level of substats. But yeah, I have no clue. We'll have to see. We'll let someone else, bust down the numbers. Vermilion? Yeah, that's what it's called, Vermilion. Vermilion hereafter or something, right? Yeah. I'm sure some guy will probably, some theory crafter will probably put all that shit together, and then we'll figure out what's better. But yeah, they would have to be equal substats, I think, for it to be like noticeably different. Obviously, if this is like 5 to 10% more damage, I probably wouldn't give a shit. It would have to be pretty substantial for me to like want to change artifact sets. I don't want to change Zhao's artifact set for the 3rd time. To be honest, I barely even use this guy, with the exception of Spiral, maybe. So I'm not gonna try too hard. I will get one version of the set, but I'll probably give it to Scaramouche, and then yeah.
Sounds good. Roll out the code.
Woohoo!
Zhao's to be a dev fave considering all the new stuff for him. It's not like that. It's not like Zhao is like favored in that sense. It's just because like what he does is very similar to the other characters, right? So like they're like buffing Zhao by accident kind of thing. It's for other characters, but Zhao can use it too. It's not necessarily because of Zhao they're doing this. It's because of Scaramouche. And I guarantee you, the devs favor Scaramouche a lot more than Zhao. By accident, yeah, Zhao's like a byproduct of like, whatever. This artifact set being used on Zhao was probably not their intention in the first place. It was probably for Scaramouche, and they're like, fuck it, put in plunging attack as well, put in whatever. Might as well, like, fuck it, stick it all in there. Give him a 3rd option. Plus, it makes it better to farm, by the way.
Back to the version 3.3 special program. Okay, Patrick, what do we have next?
Having value on like other characters.
We'll be covering the upcoming events.
I kind of don't want to farm a domain
version.
for one character.
That's right. We've already mentioned the Test of Courage event, and I'm sure plenty of you were wondering about that, so let's start there.
Aha! You must be here to participate in the Test of Courage. I can already see a dark aura surrounding the two of you. If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up. Some
What the fuck?
strange and unusual things may occur along the way. If you ever feel you can't handle it, you may withdraw from the event at any time. This is your last chance. I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the test of courage. Enter at your own risk.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it is a test of courage, so I'm sure there'll be some scary stuff going on there.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a series of little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right. Word has it that if you walk around the test of courage, you might find yourself encountering a special sort of game. We've
Oh,
already got the rules down, so I'll do a quick introduction.
okay.
Basically, travelers will have to control a bouncing bar to bounce a ball
Oh
and use
my
skill
God,
ball effects
finally.
to break as many
Brick
bricks as possible.
breaker.
Okay, I'm liking this one. Seems pretty straightforward.
During the game, travelers will be able to trigger elemental reactions to break bricks more effectively.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
It even has elemental reactions.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
we
This is the
can control the
gameplay.
character to move the bar. When the character we're using is either pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro, the corresponding element will be applied to the bar. By switching characters, you can change the element of the bar.
That's so cool.
Okay, all the pieces are falling in place now. The bar can infuse a certain element, and the blocks also have their own elements. So causing a skill ball of one element to
Oh, that
hit
guy
blocks
sucks.
of different elements
Dropped
will
it.
trigger elemental reactions. There, how'd I do?
Yep, you nailed it. The bar will add the element corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an
Oh, that was
element
a
and it
tough
hits
one.
the bar, it will also trigger a reaction, causing the skill ball to have some additional effects. When preparing your team, you can equip modifiers to receive various buff effects, which
Best
will help
event.
you successfully clear the challenge.
Oh, nice.
Also, when there are less than a certain amount of bricks on the board and the ball lands another hit, the bar will unleash fireworks.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah. Travelers can utilize this effect to break some bricks that would normally be difficult to hit directly.
It's
that's
like
actually-
a bonus attack.
That's actually pretty
Yeah.
smart.
So, travelers will need to select characters of the right elements, equip the appropriate modifiers,
For a
and
second, I
use
thought that was
different
because of
elemental
pyro, but it makes
reactions
sense.
to
This
break
is
bricks
really
and
intelligent.
score more points.
And then travelers will be able to use
Because they
their
want you to
points
get that
exchange
like
for
last block
rewards in
that's
the
like
event
giving
shop,
you
correct?
problems, right?
That's right. Also, travelers will have the option of teaming up and playing the event together in
How
co-op
the
mode.
fuck would you play
Oh,
this
looks
together?
like a lot of fun.
If
Yeah,
you play this
super fun.
together, you would
Yeah,
just.
in addition to this
Wait.
minigame, the test of courage...
Wait. Did he
Yeah,
dash?
super fun.
Yeah,
You can
in addition
dash?
to this mini-op mode.
Oh, looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah,
Why weren't they
in
dashing
addition to
before?
this minigame, the test of courage storyline will also contain more
Yo,
challenges.
they didn't dash before. They let
Travelers
so many
will
balls
even have
slide.
a chance to meet with some good friends again, so be sure to
Yeah,
check out
co-op
this
would
new
have to
event.
like be
All right,
like really
let's
small.
move on to our next event.
Okay, so
Really
next
small bar.
up, we have a race event called Across the Wilderness. Your objective, collecting balloons.
Woo!
I don't know.
Oh
Seems
my
like the
God.
Wanderer's abilities might come in real handy here.
I know, right?
So, in this event, each stage will have wilderness balloons
You know what they need to
scattered
do?
all
They need to
around.
ban Cosmo.
Travelers will need to find
and they need
as
to
many
ban
wilderness
Scaramouche
balloons as possible within the time limit to earn increasingly better rewards.
from these types of events.
So during the challenge, travelers will be able to utilize their
getting a
character's
fucking out of hand,
skills and
man.
talents. So it'll be important to assemble the right team
Wow.
depending on the traits
They
and
want
terrain
you. They
of
want
the
you to use
challenge
their
area.
abilities.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, so travelers can also use something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various buffs, which include enhanced
What
jumping
the fuck?
capabilities, increased movement speed, or unlimited stamina, etc.
Ooh, cool.
However, you
You're
can
trying to
only
sell
claim
them.
one
I know,
buff
I
during
get it.
each
But
challenge.
still,
You must consume
They're really
blessed
telling you to
energy
use them.
to use the compass and gain the
any
selected
true
buff.
warrior.
You may charge the compass up by finding
We'll try to
wilderness
do
balloons
without them,
or
but I guess
interacting
it's
with
not
blessed
ideal.
energy in the challenge. Or you can always wait for the compass to passively charge over time.
Yo,
This one
event
looks like an
pretty
actual
crazy.
Mario
It's
Maker
almost
balloon
like watching
challenge.
Parkour.
Yeah,
Luigi's
there are two
Balloon
different
World.
kinds of wilderness balloons in these
Legitimate.
challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your search for wilderness balloons. The other kind is sonar balloons, which will cause several harvest balloons to appear around you for a set amount of time.
What does that even mean?
That's awesome.
What's a harvest?
So there will be 5 stages available for this event, and travelers will need to consider the conditions and terrain of each stage to come up with the best way to complete it. Also, travelers may team up in co-op mode for challenges.
Ooh, more
Think of the
chances to play
blessings,
together. I love it.
Yeah, same. Okay, let's move on to our next event.
Everyone's favorite game of hide and seek is back with the Wind Trace event. And of course, this is going to be another co-op event, and I, for one, am super excited for it.
There's nothing like a good co-op. Many of you might already be familiar with this event by now, but there have been a few changes. Let me introduce what travelers can expect to see this time around. We can probably skip some of the basics this time. You know, players either hide or seek. And then...
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new travelers out there who've never seen this event before. So why don't you start with some of the basics?
Right, good point. Okay, let's start at the beginning then. This is a game with a long history in Mondstadt. Travelers will be split into two different sides. The Rebels and the Hunter.
Please.
You will need to use skills and master the art of hiding or chasing down others to win this event. The goal of the Hunter is to capture all the Rebels, while the Rebels run or use other means to keep themselves from getting caught by the Hunter.
Okay, that's straightforward enough. So what else you got for us?
Well, some travelers may remember playing as the Rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the others continue playing. But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match, even in observer mode.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you're in observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the illusory beacon skill. This skill will allow you to place a random beacon to confuse the Hunter. If your beacon successfully tricks the Hunter and is destroyed, then the Hunter will suffer an obscured vision effect.
So even after you've been captured, you can be like a little ghost, trying to help your teammates by disrupting the Hunter.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And at least you won't have to sit there and just watch the rest of the match anymore.
Exactly.
Nah.
I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
Some new windward arts have been added for both the Hunter and the Rebels. The Hunter will now be able to use the Hunter's Net. This net can be thrown and will remove any Rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the Hunter that a Rebel was detected. If a beacon is caught in the net...
Are you fucking me?
And will notify the Hunter thrown and will remove any...
Jesus! That's not even his skill. That's like an addition. That's not even like his thing. He still has both his... Yo, luckily, this is what I've been training for my whole life. This is why I do Wind Trace without a disguise. I've literally been training for this my entire life. This is why I dick around. This is why I don't use a disguise. Look. Now what are you guys gonna do? Half of you guys are like, what the fuck? I play Wind Trace to stand in a corner and be a barrel. Now I can't.
Rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the Hunter that a Rebel was detected. If a beacon is caught in the net, it will be destroyed, and the Hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Nice. So I guess if you love playing Hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. The skill Rebels used in previous versions of the game to place beacons can now only be used by players in observer mode. However, the Rebels will be able to use an all-new Concealing Beacon skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a set duration and remain invisible while you're around that beacon. All players, including your Rebel teammates, will be unable to see you while you're invisible.
Yo,
if the Concealing Beacon is destroyed
what is going
by the
on?
Hunter, then the Hunter will have their
This is
vision
like fucking
obscured
League
for
of
a short
Legends
time.
season 12,
Sounds pretty
season
fun, huh?
13. I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's
so
new
even if you end up
items.
being captured
Everything's
by
all
the Hunter
fucking
at the
broken.
start of the
Everyone's
game,
OP.
You'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And did I mention Primo Gems and other rewards? The good stuff. So be sure to check it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends. Okay,
so what they're saying is you have the ability to put down an iron bush, right? At any point. You can hide anywhere. Literally anywhere. As long as you put down whatever the beacon is. I'm assuming the beacon is going to be like one of the props, right? So you choose a prop to use as a beacon is what they're called. And then you can use that And then whenever you put it down, it has an effect. One of the effects that you can choose from, like in the list, one of those effects, if you're a hider, is well, I guess beacons are only for hiders. Sorry. One of those effects is to just hide within a set radius of the beacon, which is kind of fucking dumb. Because if you hide the beacon and they don't know it's there, you can hide in the middle of fucking anywhere, right? Which is kind of crazy. And I don't know if it has a Y value or not. So if you go underneath something and put it down and you go on top of it, holy shit, that's going to be insane, right? I think I literally just now designed the meta for Windtrace. Is you put a beacon underneath and you hide on top, more than likely, you're fucking gone. Like, even if they find the beacon, they still won't see you, and you're going to be invisible for more than half the game, right? But chances are they're not going to see the beacon in the first place, especially if you put it in like, if you could somehow hide the beacon, right? And it doesn't have a Y value, where like you're just hidden in that entire section, regardless of how high up or how far down you are, that's pretty broken. So yeah, pretty strong. Hopefully the hunter has the ability to still track while having the net, I guess, but
our next event is a combat-based event.
I hope the net isn't too broken.
Combat!
Whoop, whoop.
In a forbidden place warded by dust and sand, mysterious foes
go back
have
to
assembled
Windtrace.
lines of fortifications.
I want more
to
information.
Stop your coming.
I don't care about this.
That's right, a new
My
edition
cock is
of Misty
hard.
Dungeon will
I'm
arrive
ready.
in version 3.3. Stoked.
Sweet.
But this time around, there will be a total of
Wait, I
7
just
trials
realized,
with
can you
different
bleep that
themes
out?
awaiting you in
Nope.
the Misty
If you guys put this on
Dungeon.
YouTube.
Each has a different ley line disorder,
you
and
guys highlight
travelers
this
will
and put it
have
on
to
YouTube,
adjust
can
their
you bleep
teams
that part
according
out?
to the disorder's effects and the distribution of enemies.
Got
There will
carried
also
away.
be trial characters for you to select from as well. After entering the domain, travelers will need to go and complete 3 challenges to collect ancient runes. After collecting power from 3 ancient runes, we can power up the control array and proceed to the final challenge. Also, throughout the trial, additional benediction mechanisms and challenges will appear. Travelers may choose to interact with these to increase the ley line disorder's effects or revive and heal your team.
You know, if it were up to me, I'd say just go for all the challenges.
Leave it in.
I know, but travelers should keep in mind that the challenge
is,
objective for each trial might be different.
We've
So
done
be
this
sure to
a few
check the
times.
objective and aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards, travelers can look forward to winning Primo Gems and other various prizes. Yes.
Ooh, I like prizes.
And last but not least, version 3.3
Yeah,
will
bro.
also have leyline overflow events.
Fuck the ley line
Travelers
overflow
can look
events.
forward to saving their resin and
I'm kidding,
earning
it's pretty
more
good.
Mora and experience books.
I like it's pretty
That's
good.
awesome.
But the thing
That'll
is,
be
I
great
want
for all the
like,
travelers
you know,
out there
games
still
and
leveling
shit.
up all their new
Luckily, they have all the
characters.
games and shit,
And
plus the ley
even
line
if you
overflow.
don't need
That's
those
cool.
resources now, it's always good to stock up and have more on hand. Am I right?
Yeah.
Before these events, I swear to God, Leyline Overflow would be one of the events. They would treat it as if it's one of the events, and like they would remove like an actual event from being there. It feels like they have a lot of shit now, and then on top of that, they're putting Leyline Overflow, which is good. Overflow at this point should just be a permanent event. Yeah. I mean, it should be. I mean, technically, it is. It always comes back. In these patches, it comes back like 2 or 3 times. Like per initial version, or whatever you want to call like the first number, per like big version updates or whatever. They usually have Leyline Overflow like twice, maybe 3 times, I feel. Whether it's Leyline Overflow or if it's the Talent Book times 2 or whatever it is. They do it pretty often, I feel. Which is cool. As long as the Leyline Overflow does not take the spot of another event, I'm perfectly fine with that. I love that shit. That's good. And it feels like this patch, they did it right. It doesn't feel like Leyline Overflow took someone else's spot or whatever. They should bring back Windtrace as much as possible. I'm glad they did. They have a lot of changes there, which is very cool. Then they have like they have a lot of shit going on this patch. This is definitely by far a really, really, really good patch. Now let's just hope Windtrace isn't dog shit. Okay, let's hope they didn't fuck up our favorite game. Okay, let's hope that everything is good, right? Let's hope everything is nice and fair. Fast queue times. Let's hope we don't have to wait like 90 seconds to like 180 seconds to play like a 1 minute game. Hopefully it's not like that. Hopefully it's balanced. All that shit. I'm glad that they added the fact that Seekers can't see anymore, which is really cool. They added that little shroud the second time around or the third time around. This is the third time Wind Trace is here, right? I believe it's third or fourth. Yeah, they've definitely made a lot of improvements. So we'll have to see.
So, travelers looking to upgrade their characters won't want to miss this.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good stuff.
In addition to the new version's limited time events, version 3.3 will also be adding a new permanent game mode called Genius Invocation TCG.
Here we go.
Genius Invocation TCG!
Here we go.
But before we get into that,
content, baby.
Let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code.
Cool thing about watching
Slap
the
that
live
code
stream on
screen.
YouTube, we get to just hit that fucking arrow a couple times, and we're good.
Welcome back, everyone. During our journey into VAT, we've stumbled across several NPCs talking about a game called Genius Invocation TCG. So next, we'll introduce this card game that's been taking VAT by storm. In the version 3.1 special program, we already revealed that Genius Invocation TCG will be a card game where we can challenge various characters and NPCs or battle against your friends. But there is actually a legend behind this game. It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
Wait, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the plot of Yu-Gi-Oh!
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshrep's
This is
viceroy.
literally the plot of
He
Yu-Gi-Oh!
battled an opponent named the Ibis King. During the match,
And he was trapped in the Millennium
Crocodile
Puzzle,
King
right?
fell prey to his opponent's scheme,
Right?
and was sealed away,
Away in the casket of tomes, the Millennium Puzzle.
Ouch, game over.
After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile
The kid,
King
Wu Yugi?
possesses him and helps him to gradually
this is
climb the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
Nice. Hang on, is it just me, or does that kind of sound like the plot to a light novel?
Yo, oh my god.
You're right. It turns out
It's
that
even in
Guy
the fucking
Publishing House
desert.
is about to
Don't kill
release a
me.
hit light novel series based on Genius Invocation TCG.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a plug for Yai Publishing House.
Maybe. But anyway, that's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's probably just a story they came up with for marketing the game.
So while you were telling us about the story, I was over here researching the rules to the game. Basically, Genius Invocation TCG is a game where you use a constructed deck of cards to duel against an opponent. The objective is to defeat all of your opponent's character cards.
That's right.
Also, there are many features and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact's gameplay, so it shouldn't be too hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw some elemental reactions in the gameplay.
Yup, a constructed deck must contain character cards, and as you might
Who
expect,
the fuck is that? Is that Maggie? Who is this? Is that Mago Genki? Who the fuck?
these character cards have a normal attack, an
Oh
elemental
my god, you
skill,
have weapons and
and
shit?
an elemental
Sack
burst.
sword.
So
my
when
god,
a
you have
character
3-star
card
weapons and
deals
shit.
elemental damage to an enemy,
You can
it will
hold
cause them
3-star
to be
weapons
affected by that element.
in your hand.
Then you can switch to a character card of a different element and use their abilities to trigger an elemental reaction.
Wait, did you guys notice that there are even monster character cards? Can we even make a deck of, like, just the monsters from the game?
You're really getting into this, Max.
Heck yeah, I am! I like card games!
Who doesn't?
So in Genius Invocation TCG, all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each round, both you
That's
and
pretty
your
sick,
opponent
that's
will
pretty
roll 8 elemental dice. Each of these elemental dice can have any one of 8 elemental attributes.
Hold on, but there's only 7 elements in the world of Teyvat.
You're right. So
Oh,
in
wild
addition
card,
to the
wild card.
7 standard elements, there's
Wild.
also one called the Omni element.
Yeah.
The elemental dice required for a character card to perform an action correspond to the character's element. So, for example, a Pyro character like D-Luke needs either Pyro or Omni elemental
like
dice
Pokemon a little
to
bit?
perform an action. Clear now?
Yep, crystal clear.
Also, elemental dice can be used to switch characters or play a variety of other cards, such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While
Wait,
playing
wait,
Of other cards,
wait.
such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards.
So this card turns one of your rolls into Pyro.
All these cards create the
That's cool.
potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While playing
So there's a lot of RNG. You're gonna want to team with like different elements, of course, because what if you get fucked on the roll, right? It's kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh, where you draw into a dead hand, you pick up 6 cards and it's just useless. Like the cards don't like coexist together or some shit. I guess it doesn't happen nowadays, but way back then when there was not competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, you're just playing with friends or whatever, you might draw into dead hand pretty often. So in this one, you can roll into a bad hand where your shit just like, you know, doesn't work with whatever you have. So it looks like you need to use these cards to sway the RNG a little bit, right? Convert some of your useless elements into something that you can actually use. That's pretty cool.
In Genius Invocation TCG, travelers can earn player experience, which will increase your player level. As your level increases, you'll be able to challenge more characters and NPCs. By completing challenges, you may earn lucky coins, new cards, or other rewards. Lucky coins can be exchanged in the event shop for cards, or can even unlock dynamic skins for certain cards.
Dynamic skins?
Damn,
Those are cards that have
4K.
moving illustrations, right?
That's right. All character cards can unlock a dynamic skin. After unlocking that, there'll even be a cool bonus animation whenever you cast that character's elemental
pretty
burst.
sick.
Cool.
And if you're
I looked up art, by the way. I've been trying to get some art. I'll probably stop because I'm broke, but I looked up like prices for these types of things. Guys, it is like for Hoyoverse. Yo, I'm telling you, they're having a great time. For them, they can pump out so much content if they wanted to. It is ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. It is actually not even that bad. It's not that bad to have like just like a rigger kind of make a bit of the art move like that. It's really not that bad. They can definitely get a bunch of random shit going there. They can have a bunch of skins. Like when it comes to actual character skins, it might be a bit harder. But when it comes to like just making a card be slightly animated, they could do a lot. They could do a fuck ton, for sure. I don't think it's that bad. I think every card will probably have like skins to them. I think every card will probably have like fucking like entirely different like auto attack animations and shit like that. Who knows? There might be like something to do. I don't know if there's going to be like crits or anything in the game, but there would definitely be a lot of animations for sure. Tons. There's going to be more animations in this card game than like some of the quests. You know, some of the quests you walk up fucking T-posing. Oh, hello, Zhongli. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm just sipping some tea, traveler. And he's just sitting down. He's like literally just fucking sitting down. Not an animation. There's some dog shit Genshin food on the table. Oh, would you like a bite? Sure thing. And then it like fades to black, comes back. Wow, that was some delicious food. All right, we should probably get going. And they fucking get up and they start moving and shit. And there's no animation. There's like, I don't even think like, there's like, like the only thing they have going for is like the voice acting. That's pretty much it, right? In this TCG game, there's going to be a lot of shit for sure. There's going to be a lot of animation. Going to be a lot of vibrant colors, more than likely. I think it's going to be very lively, like very lively, for sure.
confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After reaching a high enough player level, you'll even unlock a matchmaking mode. So be sure to give it a try.
Travelers should note that playing against your friends or other travelers won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can relax. It's all just for
Sharky,
fun.
that's fucking genius. What the heck?
Okay,
I think I've seen that
that's
before.
everything we have for Genius Invocation
Back of your phone
TCG,
case, the back
and
of the
that
card,
brings us to the
then the
end of
home
today's
screen.
special program.
That's sick.
So, what did you think?
Why does it have to be over? There's so much that this version has to offer.
Yeah, I can't even take it all in right now. I'm just super stoked to be part of this. I think I just gained some Kuguryoku points just doing this whole thing, so.
So dumb.
Man, the new characters look cool.
I know, what about Scaramouche hovering? Like, that's insane.
I know, that's awesome.
That's super dope.
That's awesome. And I cannot wait to play in some of these events and mini games. I'm super excited. This was
3.3?
so fun.
You're gonna be the
I'm
best
really
Fast
glad
and
that we
Furious
got to do the
history.
special program together.
I'm so happy I got to come back for another special program. This is my third time being on one of these, and I can't wait for number 4. I'm counting.
I'm so happy. This is my first one, so thank you for having me.
Doesn't it feel good?
Yes.
Doesn't
I
it feel good to
honored
feel
be here.
special?
Seriously, I'm
Do
just
you
like,
feel special?
I really do. Thank you.
Well, I think this is the end of our special program. So I hope everyone enjoyed it, and we'll see you in game. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
The special program, right? It's filmed before, right? It's like recorded before, and then they and then they live stream it, right? I'm pretty sure they do that. It's always so perfect. It's always so fucking perfect. Yeah, goodbye YouTube. Peace, 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 peace. That was fun. That was great. It kind of sucks that I have to go back to like playing regular Genshin now. I just want to live in the cutscenes, man. I just want to live in the goddamn cutscenes, dude. That's it. That's all I want to do. I just want to live in cutscenes, man.